Tonight on the Broalition, we talk about what is a man, and it's not Mike.
Oh, no!
Oh, yeah! All right, we are the Broalition. I am MC Lee.
That makes you MC Mikey like the Ninja Turtle.
True. I'm MC Lee, joined on my right, as always, by the Hoosier Hillbilly, Mike Paul. To my left, J.R. Robinson, formerly of Dauntless Gaming.
Soon to
And
be
joined
Wednesday.
once again in the studio by Sweet Tony.
Oh, the attitude is here.
Who is
Sweet,
back.
Sweet Tony.
Who is back from being on assignment at the Vegetarian Nudist Colony.
He's very silent about the whole thing, too.
Yeah.
I don't know what
He hasn't
happened.
spoken since he's come back, so
It's weird.
he must have saw some crazy things. So you're checking out the program here. Be sure to like and subscribe.
And if I've learned anything this week, actually, liking does nothing in the new YouTube algorithm.
Well,
Doesn't matter.
Suck it.
Like it anyway.
The most important thing, because when they turned off dislikes, it messed up the liking ratio. So now the best thing you can do is share it. Use the share button.
Share button.
Share the crap
Share
out of
it. Yeah. But you can still,
You still
watching
like
it. The watch helps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Views help. Sharing helps. Liking, do it, but it's not
YouTube
as helpful.
sucks anyway.
Yeah.
And we're going to make some changes after this season come back, be a little bit different because we understand that we have the word gospel in our name, and that might be a turnoff for a lot of people. And then gospel people get on here and we're not Christian enough for them. So, I think we're going to come back and,
We're going to continue to be the same. Our
it's
image
still the
is
same.
gonna be
It's just like the Broalition,
Yeah.
Then we're just going to do that anyway. We're going to call it Top Queer for Mike's sake, but we decided not to.
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. So, what is a man? What is a man? And before we even get started here, we don't do crazy on this podcast. So, I'm not going to go into this. This transgenderism, where gender is defined by the environment and culture and stuff like that. I'm not.
The prerequisite is penis.
Got to have a pee-pee.
So there, right
And,
there. That's
Yeah.
We've already decided
We've
that.
decided-
Boys have a
that.
penis, girls have a vagina. We learned that from kindergarten.
We've already decided
It's
that
true,
more
we did, didn't
times than
we?
not, it's
not
men
a
trying to
tumor.
become women, so they're still men.
Yeah, we don't do crazy.
Okay.
I'm just to the point where it's just like when they've gotten to the point to where they're calling black people white supremacists. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you say.
yeah.
They're gonna think you are a bigoted white supremacist anyway. So just embrace it.
Just own
it.
just own it, man.
Just take
Just
it.
go ahead.
Yeah, we're set up to have a summer of race again anyways, so.
Yeah, it's getting ready.
I like
to happen
races.
again. I do. I want to see some races.
Yeah, like the Daytona 500.
Races? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about different races. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
racist. Oh, okay.
I said
All right,
a
sorry.
racist summer. I mean, that's where the media is
Oh, that
taking
should
us
have.
again.
Oh, I thought we were gonna have like.
Sorry, yeah, I thought we were going to have some
Oh,
races.
NASCAR was coming back.
Yeah, the real NASCAR.
Yeah, they're setting it up, and bless their heart, some poor black guy out there, you're gonna get killed.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get killed by a white guy. Just get ready for it. They're gonna. I don't know who they're gonna pick. They're gonna pick somebody. And it's going to happen. They got to have this. They got to have some type of crisis. Democrats got to have some type of crisis going into the elections.
They have to do that because the statistics don't support that.
Yeah.
More blacks kill blacks and more blacks kill whites
I
than the
know.
other way around every time.
And they thought it was going to be Roe versus Wade, and everybody just like, blow me, I don't care. It's just like nobody cares.
Anymore.
Nobody cares about that, and so we want to kill babies. Come on, yeah. And nobody gets behind that. It used to be back in the Clinton administration that the model was safe, legal, and rare. And Bill Maher was talking about this the other night, and now it's just kind of like, let's just kill them all. Let's get pregnant just so we can kill it.
Yeah,
They're that crazy about it.
Bill Maher was on a decent little rant there.
He
for a
was.
while.
He
was shutting.
I
some
think
of
he
his-
started to be like, oh my gosh, I'm becoming a libertarian.
Yeah.
You know?
Slowly but surely, welcome to our side.
Elon Musk became a Republican, said he's going to vote Republican for the first time in his life this year.
Yeah, he said, I'd never voted for a Republican. He goes, but I will this election. That's what he said.
Just another man crush. Just another point of man crush. I'll tell you what. So we're going to talk about what is a man tonight, and it's going to be kind of unusual because it's not your normal stuff. We got a picture of the Macho Man behind there. 'cause-
Oh yeah.
And
You
there
know
we
how I
go
throw it in
again.
there.
We've heard this
I'm
55
gonna do
times
it
so
more
far.
and more and more as we go.
But it
Matching
seems
glasses.
like to me that manhood has like two extremes. You've either got the effeminate soy boy, pajama boy on one side, and everybody's like, okay, we get that. That's not a man. And then we kind of define man as, hey, we're going to go out this weekend and we're going to cut open a deer and we're going to lay in its entrails and drink its blood. and I'm like, knock yourself out. I'm not doing that. But I think most people agree, even if you're not a Christian, I think we would say Jesus was the greatest man that ever lived. And even non-Christians would say, hey, maybe one of the greatest men that ever lived, but they would say that, but he didn't do any of these. He didn't hunt and fish, smoke cigars, drink beer, shoot guns.
Yeah.
But he was a man. I don't think anybody has any doubt that he's a man.
He partied at weddings,
He did. He drank wine.
and he turned tables over.
He turned
Sounds
tables
like
over.
Cool dude to me so far.
He
Beat
fashioned
people
a
with a
whip.
whip.
Yeah.
Beat people with a whip. And he's my kind of dude. And so I'm just kind of like, okay, where's manhood for the rest of us? Because I think there is a definition for, several things that I have listed. I had to have 10 points. I had 12 because it's a good biblical number. Then I cut it down. And understand, I'm going to talk about two things at the very beginning that are not necessarily just for men. I think it's just for people in general. A man and a woman can have it, but a man has to start with these two things. And if he doesn't have these two things, then everything else just will fall by the wayside. So it's kind of like, what's the two greatest commandments? Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, body, strength, and then love others as you love yourself. Everything is in those two commandments. And these two things that I'm going to talk about at the very beginning, it's just like everything else is in those two things. But I'm going to point those things out anyway because we have to do a long podcast, right?
I mean, yeah.
We can't do a 10-minute podcast.
No,
We
it's
just
not
can't
going to
do it.
happen.
We just can't do it.
Nope.
So,
We'll ramble into something else.
Yeah.
If we have to. We'll do what we got to do.
I know. Well, I'm sitting here. I'm thinking. Maybe I should have put these at the end. But I'll just look. I hate to watch videos where they have it all the way at the end, and they just talk. We're going to do it
Try
at
to
the very
sucker
beginning.
you into watching the whole
You
thing.
can turn it off after the first two, but I think the rest of them, like I said, will just kind of narrow it down to what actually a man is.
That's how you retain viewership.
Huh?
Tell them what they want to hear at the beginning, just a hint of it, and then don't tell them about it till the very
Tell them
end.
what you're going to tell them, then tell them what you told them. That's how you do a sermon.
There you go. That's how you've been doing
That's
it all
what-
these years.
That's what I spent 4 years in
Brilliant.
seminary to learn,
Yeah.
and that's the only thing I learned. All right, number one. This is so important, young people, young men, learn this. All right, and we're going to also talk about the difference between men and boys. Number one thing a guy does, or an attribute that a guy should have, a man should have, I think, is honor. And honor, a lot of times people don't understand it. They talk about it, but they don't understand the definition of it. When I talk about honor, I'm talking about somebody who fulfills their obligations and meets their commitments. If a man of honor tells you he's going to do something and he's going to do it, and he sticks with it, and when he stands in front of a group of people and he makes a vow to his wife, he keeps that commitment. A man does that. When he stands in front of a church and does a baby dedication and makes a commitment to raise that kid in a godly home, a man honors that commitment. And so if you have, and it used to be, growing up,
Yeah.
you used to make deals by shaking hands.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm just like, dude, you're going to have to sign a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And we just don't, because people don't have honor anymore.
No, they don't. That ones you get, what you said, you can't go up and shake anybody's hand and be like, hey, I'll
Can't trust
take
nobody.
$500 for that. You shake hands, the dude, back in the day, you knew the dude was going to pay you.
Yeah. I mean,
Anymore.
you could actually, like, if somebody came to you, like if you put someone on Facebook Marketplace and the dude said, hey, I can't get there today, but I'm going to buy it.
Yes.
You have my word. I will be there tomorrow. The dude would be there.
20 years ago,
Yes.
I probably would buy it. Yeah, he's going to be
And the
there.
guy would say, I'll hold it for you.
Yeah.
But now it's just like whoever gets here first.
Yeah. Because you know how many times they've held it and the person didn't show
Exactly. Exactly. If you get on Marketplace, you tell somebody you're going to come by and look at something, go look at it. Even small stuff like that. Like if you tell somebody you're going to pray for them right then. Don't wait because you'll forget to do it. OMG.
And his phone is turned upside down. Google's not
That means
supposed
it's
to
somebody
work
allowed to
upside
break
down.
We are such an you would think after 40-something episodes that we would be a little more professional in
No,
the studio.
We're not. We're just a bunch of dumb hillbillies.
We are. Bunch of educated rednecks. That's what we are.
That means that was somebody allowed to break through my
Why
silence.
is somebody calling us? All your
that
friends are in
means-
this room.
It's true.
My
All right.
family's not in this room.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. Where was I?
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know. I
Yeah,
lost
honor.
track. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, honor. Very simple thing to do. Just honor your commitments.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any respect for any man who doesn't honor his commitments, and you're not a man if you don't.
And you have things that are going to be underneath honor, right? I don't want to
Yes.
spit out
Yeah,
something that
yeah.
you might.
Well, I
get
mean,
you
but
in
you're
there.
gonna, yeah. I mean, add whatever you want to add.
And young people, honor. When you have a job, part of that honor is showing up to your job when you say you're going to show up.
Yes.
without reward.
Yes.
Because now it's
weird
like
how that works.
It's
isn't
like
it?
now you get bonuses for coming to work on time.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
McDonald's was giving away
Until-
cell phones there for a while. If you stayed like what 2 months, 3 months, something like that, they would buy you a cell phone.
It was like
a reward.
attendance bonuses.
Yeah.
McDonald's was giving out last year.
Yeah.
Just coming to work to do your job.
Come
You're
to
getting a
work, do your
bonus.
job.
Well, I think like if you go and you join a church somewhere, and you go up front, you do your little thing, and everybody gushes over you and tells you how happy they are to have you there. If that church doesn't go off the reservation and start teaching bad doctrine, and you decide you want to try another church, they don't have to ever freaking talk to you again.
Yeah.
Because you didn't honor your commitment. You didn't honor that church. Made a commitment, that pastor and the people in that church made a commitment to help you in your spiritual growth, and you said, "Suck it, I'm out of here." Well, then we're going to tell you, "Suck it." You know, that's it. Seriously, honor your commitments. A simple thing,
Yeah.
but very important.
Very important.
All right. Second thing is, a man has integrity. He does what is right all the time.
No matter who's watching. Yep.
No matter, it doesn't matter if it's popular. It doesn't matter if it's accepted by society. It doesn't matter. He's going to do what's right. And those two things right there. And after I got through this, I said, wow, it'd be a short podcast. I only need those two things, honor and integrity. But then I thought, well, women can have that too.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Women need to have both of those.
Yes, they do. Everybody needs to have honor and
yeah.
integrity. If we have honor and integrity, then that's going to be, we're going to have a good society.
So you wrote a 10 commandments for the man and then made 2 of them super important. Somebody else did that.
That's interesting.
So I was like, that was meant to be.
Yeah, I'm going to start referring to myself as Prophet Lee Brown. Number 3. This is the number one attribute that is attractive to women in a man. What do you think it is? Other than a big penis.
Doing the dishes.
Huh?
Doing the dishes. Sweeping the floor. Super
whoa.
sexy.
No, I'm sorry.
You said add whatever I wanted.
Huh?
You said add whatever I wanted. Go for it. What's number 3?
No, what? Sorry.
Sorry, the big penis thing kind of got me a little bit.
Don't tell me that's not attractive to women. Okay, well, this time
I hope not, because my wife won't be attracted to me at all.
All right. Confidence.
Oh, okay, I like that one better. Yeah. I like that
Ooh,
one
but it's
better.
easy to jump over the line on this and be overconfident, and it's not sexy.
I have
anymore.
no idea what you'll be talking about. Oh, I'm sorry.
I had it.
Continue. Okay.
Okay.
I had a denim here.
Okay, what was
Confidence, but admits what he doesn't know, and is okay with that. Comfortable in his own skin. I think that's confidence.
Okay, yeah, I can say yeah. I'm about to say a man sometimes has a problem with that last part. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm I'm mechanically challenged. I know that. I don't worry about it. I don't fret over it or anything
That is
like
true.
that.
That is one thing I will give you. You're like, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
He's turning over a new leaf with the Jeep, though.
He's getting a lot more mechanically
I'm
inclined
learning.
as
I'm
he
learning
goes.
how to do stuff, and it's just it's fun and it's cool. I just never, my job never required me to change oil on my cars. So but I think a man needs to have not be cocky, but have a confidence about him.
Mm-hmm. I agree. That can be taken way too far sometimes.
That's true. Your wife thinks we're cocky.
That's because we are.
We're as in everybody at the table, or just you, or what?
Everybody at the table except for Tony.
Oh. Don't think.
Well, I
Tommy's
mean, we
got-
kind of are, but it's a good confidence.
It's confident.
It's a good cocky.
It's confidence, not cocky.
We call it cocky. We're just
Yeah,
confident.
it's confident.
We have 3 extremely strong, opinionated wives
That's the understatement of the
In different
century,
ways.
but-
in different ways.
Yes.
If we're not strong, we get destroyed.
We will get run
yes.
over.
Yes, we will. They will. We will. I mean, they're submissive and respectful and all the biblical qualities. Absolutely. That.
As long as we do our job.
Right.
If we miss our job, they will run us over.
But they never have an unexpressed thought, ever.
No.
I mean, it just there's no filter. It just hits and comes
It
out.
comes right out. And I
so-
love that about our wives.
Right.
They are
And
very honest with us.
right.
All the time.
And so if people think that we're cocky, it's just because we've overcompensated because of our wives. You know,
It's their fault.
we have
Your
to.
cockiness is
Yeah.
our cockiness is your
Right.
fault.
Yeah, I feel like I'm leaving stuff out in this list, but
I like it so far.
Okay.
So far, I can agree.
Number 4, a real man is a sheepdog.
Yes.
There are 2 types of people. 3 types. There's wolves, sheep, and sheepdogs. Every man should be a sheepdog
Agreed.
A leader.
for the things. Well,
A herder.
A protector.
I don't know if a man necessarily needs to be a leader. I don't have leadership on here.
I'd say protector. A sheepdog is more of a protector.
A protector.
Okay.
Looking over those that are quote unquote weaker,
Right.
and it is your job as a man to protect your wife,
Yeah.
your kids,
Your family. Yeah.
your family. It's your job as a man to do that.
It's like I'm sitting there and I'm overlooking my flock, and as long as you keep the peace, you're fine. You mess with the flock, I'm going to chew your ass.
Gonna stomp a mud hole in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to do.
No, I agree. Yeah. To me, it's more protective than it is a leadership quality. It's more like don't stomp on my grounds.
Yeah. I think men need to be sheepdogs. Men need to protect what they have.
Yeah, I think that's very.
They need to,
manly
and that's
quality.
not. I'm not talking about physically. I'm just talking about they need to protect their wives and their children and their friends and their church, and not that God needs to be protected, not at all, but we need to protect the faith. We need to be protectors.
stand up for what you believe in.
Absolutely.
Yep. Defend it.
All right.
I like it.
Like it so far?
So far, so good.
All right. Doing all right, Tony? Good, bud.
Tony's the man so far.
Number 5. Yeah, we are. Is
So far, so good.
JR been ruled out yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
You haven't got.
No, I've
Sorry,
got.
I'm
Go
halfway
ahead.
there.
Go ahead.
Number 5. A real man is kind and considerate.
Ooh. You're getting close to ruling me out. I'm not very kind.
You
I don't
are in
know.
your
I
own.
think you
You
are.
are in your own way. You're very brutally honest.
You're not a mean person at all.
Not mean. Okay.
Yeah, you're not mean, but
I don't think you're a mean person.
I think I'm kind to some people. I'm not kind to all people.
You're kind. Well, I mean, I'm gonna get that's number 6.
Okay.
no, you can't.
Again,
can't
don't
cheat.
look at it. I like to say, every man has a penis, but not every man is a dick. And it's like,
Okay.
you can be a man, don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
Dick's too strong.
Well, I think
Jerk's not strong enough. We'll call him jicks.
I think there's like two ends to that though. I think
Don't
there's,
be a
Don't be a jick.
I think there's a big difference between being a jerk and being kind. There's a lot of room in between those two.
Yeah. I mean, jick, I'm going to coin that. Don't be a
That
jick.
is a new. Well, I like that word.
That's a new word. Yeah, you can actually
going
insult
for it.
somebody and have no idea what you're saying to
Yeah.
them.
Don't be a jick.
Don't be a jick.
You got to say it with confidence.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you gotta say it with confidence.
But I just think a man, a real man, doesn't set out and he's never being a part of a sheepdog. He's never going to hurt or take advantage of people less fortunate. He's not going to go out and look how I can hurt somebody or upset somebody or make somebody angry or do some stupid thing.
Yeah.
Just other day I'm in my Tesla. I'm riding down the road. I'm going to get coal rolled. I see him pulling out and he's rolling coal as he's coming up on the left side.
Dare
And he gets on University. This is the jick right here. We get on University, and I'm in a Tesla. I can drive backwards and beat him. And so I never
don't
let
sound
him
very
catch
cool.
up. And I'm going to get cold road because he's got the little Buford in the passenger seat going, "Get him, Bubba, get him!" And so he's rolling up
Sounds
like
like he's rode with me before.
I know.
I don't know.
So we're doing 80 down University. I'm never letting him catch up. Pretty soon he's about to blow that supercharger off anyway. So he
He was just waiting for you to run out of battery.
so then I just hit the brakes. He went right by. He never got me. That's a jick move.
I think it's.
It's a jick move.
I think it's very manly.
There's no.
I'm sorry. I think it's manly.
Oh my gosh. On Uranus, it's probably manly. It's not. It's just I mean, going into a parking spot and taking up 2 parking spots.
Some of
when
us
you have
have
like an
to.
'83 Monte Carlo, that's a jig move.
Okay, that is a jig move.
That is. Some people have to do it long ways. We have to do it with our dualies.
You got a crew cab and a long bed. You ain't got a whole lot of choice.
But you take it up long way, and everybody kind of gets it. When you come, you go, I'm going to take up 2 parking spots because I'm a tool. That's a jig move.
That's a jig move.
It is.
Title of the video's got to be "Don't Be a Jick."
Don't be a jig. I thought it's coined.
How
That's
not, how not to
great.
be a jig.
Hashtag don't be a jig.
But I'm serious. It's like, I think a real man doesn't sit around and go, oh, I'm so jealous of that person. What can I do to get back at them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that goes with confidence, I think.
See, JR has loads of that because he's a Teflon duck.
True.
He will never want to get back at anybody because he doesn't care.
No.
I mean, there's no cares given.
JR has no list whatsoever.
If there was a field of cares, his field would be empty and barren.
Yeah, my list is very long. JR has no list whatsoever.
No.
And that's a good quality.
That is a great quality. I envy that quality myself.
But
I
I
got a
just
short
I just think a real man just minds his own business and is not concerned about what they don't. I think it is a lot of it's rooted in jealousy, and it's just like he leaves people alone. Peaceful would have been a better thing.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of lives peaceably, as the Bible instructs us to. If you can, live peaceably with other people.
Yeah.
And I think a jig just doesn't do that.
I just love that word. That is like
This kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
That's got to be our next shirt.
Yeah,
Jerk and suck it, and don't be a jick.
Don't be a
Yeah.
jick.
Don't be a jick. I don't know. This is copyrighted Lee Brown.
That's right.
2022.
2020.
I have no year. I have no understanding of what day it is. I just know when I'm supposed to preach and do Bible
There you
study
go.
and do the podcast.
That's all
I
you
have
need
no
now.
idea what day it is. If they said, if I'm in a car wreck, Mr. Brown, you know what day it is? I have no idea. I have no idea what year it is.
Take him to the emergency room.
I know
Pain
it.
scan immediately.
He's got a concussion. It's like, no idea. All right, so they're kind,
Okay.
peaceful.
Peaceful.
I think it's a good quality.
I think so too. Yes.
I think it's a manly quality.
Yeah.
They just mind their own business.
Mm-hmm.
But number 6, they're violent when it needs to happen.
Explain.
Well,
I mean, I'm not disagreeing.
if I have to come in there,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're not gonna like it.
Mm-hmm.
right? I think a father who tries to be best friends with his children is not cool. I don't think it's a manly
No,
quality.
you got to have a dad voice.
You gotta have a dad voice, and you gotta
Then you
let.
don't have to be violent if you have the dad voice.
True.
Excuse my coffee, and I'm getting over the fluid.
The fluid.
I just think that people need to understand. I'm gonna mind my own business. I'm gonna live peaceably with other people. You
But when
hurt
you-
me or my
Yeah.
family,
When you cross that line,
it's scorched earth.
yes.
It is.
Scorched earth.
It is.
Sorry, I got a
If-
movie
if-
reference that runs through my head.
Yeah.
Scorched earth.
If I have to get involved, I'm going to turn your body into a parking lot.
Yeah.
Because my daughter was facing some issue at night that she could handle. My wife went up there, and she's like, "You're going to go?" And I said, "If I come up there,
It's scorched earth.
somebody's going to jail."
Yeah.
And it is. If I have to come up there, no bull. There's no compromise going to be reached. It's just either you're going to do what I say or you're going to go to jail.
My way or the highway.
Yeah, and I think
Or I'm going to go to jail for being violent.
Yes.
I think every man should live peaceably, and then maybe once every 5 years, just like take a sledgehammer to his couch in the house.
You need a new couch every 5
Preferably an
years.
old couch.
Just go nuts. And you do that, and everybody knows that. Just go outside, get mad about something, find an old junker car somewhere, and just beat the crap out of it in your driveway, and you will never have to mess with anybody ever again.
Everybody will know he's got the side.
He's got the side.
Mm-hmm.
People need to understand that's a man quality. People need to know there's a crazy that's in there somewhere.
Yes.
And we do a really good job of being nice and living peaceably and being kind to people and stuff like that. But there is a crazy that is lurking.
There is a time to overturn tables and fashion whips.
Oh, see, biblical reference.
almost-
Love it. And it's true. I mean, that's once Jesus did that, he did it twice. If you read your Bible, and I think the third time he shows up, people are like, "Put your crap away."
Yeah, it's like, oh, Jesus coming.
Yeah.
Fight everything.
Hey, man, we're doing nothing.
Yeah,
we're cool.
nothing, man.
We're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there was that crazy. There was that crazy
And
that was
who-
in there.
And who was more kind
Nobody.
than Jesus? Not saying he was just all-encompassing love. I'm not, that's not the point I'm getting at, because he was not.
But I
He
think
was all-encompassing love.
I think
but he was not the love that we imagined him to be.
But I think everything we've read so far is the quality of Jesus.
I'd say so. Yes, especially
There was
Honor,
that
integrity,
maybe
confident.
when I talk about violence, I'm not talking about like necessarily physical violence, but having the understanding that I can get
Yes.
that way. I can get crazy. If you want to get crazy, let's get crazy. You want to do Michael Keaton from Batman? You want to get crazy? Let's get crazy. We can. There needs to be that kind of understanding.
Yeah.
Your wives need to know that. Like, he would never hit me unless I go really crazy. No, I'm just kidding. Don't
I'm not
clarify
editing, remember?
here.
No edits.
Yeah. I'd never hit my wife. She'd kick my butt.
That is true.
That is true. All right. Honor, integrity, confident. They're sheepdogs. They're kind. They can be crazy. Real men. Now, this kind of goes along with this. Real men are self-controlled.
Yes. You
They-
have to be in control of the violent side.
You have to be a guy. I don't like guys who are addicted to things, because to me that's like I'm not self-controlled. I don't run. My tank is not really big on the empathy level. I don't have a lot of that for people. I'm a former alcoholic. People struggle with alcoholism. I'm just like, quit.
Stop.
You're destroying your family. I don't have a whole lot of compassion for people who can't stop doing things that are destroying them and destroying the people they love. And that's bad. I mean, I get that. I fully admit that. But at the same time, I think there's some personal responsibility. If I'm going to be a man, and I am the protector of my church and my wife, my children, I have to be self-controlled. I can't sit in front of the television and drink myself to sleep. I have to have a control of my life, because I think and that includes spending. A man who goes out and just buys everything that he possibly can. No, I don't think that's a manly quality. That's what boys do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Yeah.
Boys and their toys.
All right, it's winding down. Everybody's getting bored. I'll go real
No,
quick.
that was a perfect example, though. Since we're saying Jesus had all these qualities, and we talk about anger in the Bible, it's always about let it settle, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think he took the time to fashion those whips? Right? He was probably pretty angry at the beginning.
Yeah.
He was probably less angry by the time he weaved that thing all together.
Yeah.
That was self-control.
But he did it anyway.
Yeah.
He still did it.
Yeah. But maybe he
Didn't
was
hit him
less
as
angry.
hard.
Number 8, they're self-sacrificing. No greater love hath a man for his friends than lay down his life.
Well, to even take it a step back from that, just what you're talking about before, where if a man goes out and spends all his money on himself, self-sacrificing, well, hey, I need a vehicle to get back and forth to work. I'll buy my family the nicer vehicle for themselves.
Yes.
And I will drive the piece of crap forever.
Don't buy yourself a new bass boat
And then have your
when your wife's driving a junker.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that has something to do with that self-sacrifice.
And there's a lot of guys out there who are just like, I'm going to have the best stuff,
Yep.
and my family's going to go without. They just do that.
Yeah, and that drives me
That's not a manly
crazy.
quality.
That is not what you were to do.
And it's not just about material things, too, especially time.
Yes.
Self-sacrificing of your time, I think is good quality.
Good point.
Underneath that
And
same
that's
thing.
probably, honestly, a bigger problem than the other one.
Yeah, we don't get to do the things we want to do sometimes because we gotta take somebody over there, or we gotta set aside time to do this, or
Yeah.
our sort of hobbies and things we want to do get put on the back burner.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be a shepherd of your family, the shepherd puts the flock first.
Yep.
And he just does. And he sacrifices himself so that the flock can prosper. And the flock is protected and taken care of. And that's what a man does. He just does. Number 9, they're loyal.
Yes.
A real man is loyal.
Yes.
I can't, and I've talked about this. It's the thing I'll never understand about church. I'll never understand how people can be your friends for years and then just one day like, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Without even a goodbye, this is why I'm going, or what, just peace.
And they don't talk to you afterwards, and it's just like Christians are the worst people at this.
Yeah, because you know how many of my non-Christian friends have ever done that to me?
Probably zero.
Zero.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, they just don't get all bent out of shape about little things.
Christians are horrible about this, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we're supposed to be brothers and sisters. And I speak for every pastor in America when I say this stuff. It's just like I don't understand. I'm more loyal. I have more loyal friends with my high school buddies.
Yep.
Than Christians.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like the culture of the church.
It is.
It's very odd, but it's just...
You can't build a family when everybody who comes in here realizes it's just temporary and eventually we're going to leave and stuff like that.
See, everybody thinks I'm a jick, but it's 100% accurate. Everybody you try to get close to, usually in the church setting, is going to not be there in a year or two or 3 or 5, and sometimes 5. And those are the ones, when you get that 5-year and 10-year, man, those are the ones that really hurt too, because you've spent quality time with these people, and you know these people.
You know their kid. You grew up with them.
And
You
then
grew up
one
with their
day they're
kids,
gone.
and then this one day they're just like, "We're out of here."
Yeah.
Okay. And why? Oh, we're leaving.
Yeah.
And I think a real man is, I would say, is not going to have a whole lot of friends, because he's ferociously loyal, and he expects that in return.
And that goes back to the integrity thing.
Yeah.
You made a vow, you made a commitment, stick to your commitment.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I don't have that many friends, surprisingly, but I'm just like, but I'm loyal. As long as you want to be my friend, that's my issue. As long as you want to be my friend, I'm your friend. Mm-hmm. And the moment that you don't want to be my friend, you're on the list.
But
the list.
I think I speak for everybody. Being a friend of ours means that you abide.
Yes, you abide by this list. Yeah,
that's kind of like the entrance exam.
And that's the thing. We don't, and this is a tough list.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, if you're going to be our friends, this is what we expect for the people that we hang out with.
Yeah,
because we expect it of ourselves.
Exactly. And I can't stand to be around a guy who has no honor and no integrity, who acts like a jick half the time. I don't want to be that way.
The greatest word ever.
It's just now, it's in my vocabulary now. I just throw it out there so effortlessly, easier than effortlessly.
Yeah,
okay,
it works well.
And finally, this is for you, Garth, because I made you mad with the last podcast.
We're sorry.
Oh, I don't know why. I
don't even remember what
JR
we
can't
said.
remember what it was.
He didn't make you mad. He posed a good theological question. I just need to look it up.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry. We would answer it if
we would answer if we
knew
knew what it was. We would take that phone that's always on and try to figure out what it is.
I'll do it after the show.
All right. A man fully understands, whether he is a Christian or not a Christian, that he is accountable to God for how good of a husband he is, how good of a father he is, how good of a church member he is, how good of a worker he is, how good of a friend he is. He is accountable to God for all these things. You don't get to be head of your household
and not have that.
And then act like a jick half the time.
Yeah.
You have to be, if you're going to be the head of your household, you take that responsibility, and you take that responsibility with a solemnness and a seriousness about you, and you say, I understand. I have to stand before a holy God one day and to give an account for, I'm going to make you head of the household. Now, you're going to have to give an account for that one day. You're going to have to stand before God and give an account for how you did. Now, understand, once your kids get grown, you do the best that you can do. They still have free will, all that stuff. You can't control them. I get that and understand that. But I have a responsibility, because I have to give an account for being a pastor and a teacher, great, and then also as a husband and a father. And, excuse me, that scares me. I do the list because I'm afraid of God. And standing before him scares me more than the world. I'm trying not to cough. I'm so sorry, folks. I can't help it. Good thing we're at the end of this, because I'm starting to struggle now. You guys thought I was getting emotional, didn't you?
I did for a second.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to cry,
No.
but he didn't. He's a man.
No, I mean, do men cry?
They can.
Big girls don't cry. In that song, big girls don't cry.
I just stand before God and I just think about that and like I said, I'm scared to death. I do what I do because I'm scared of Him.
Mm-hmm.
I love Him, and He loves me, but I'm scared of Him.
There's a rational fear there.
Yeah. So if I'm going to take this mantle of head of my household, then I'm going to be the head of my household spiritually, not just figuratively. I'm going to be head of my household. All you guys out there, if you're not a Christian, you know God has put you in that position. You're going to stand before Him one day and give an account for it.
Yeah, whether you believe it or not, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the bottom. That's what they don't get.
Whether you believe it or not.
That makes JR happy. JR's like, suck it.
It's yeah. And if you're not a Christian, you know, you're just like, yeah, well, whatever. It's like, okay, believe what you want to believe. We love you anyway, but there's a responsibility with guys, and being a guy, being a white, straight Christian male in this world right now is the most horrible thing to be. Right, we are monsters, in the eyes of people. And you know what? I love us. I love guys. I love guys that get in there and try to do the best that they can possibly do. And next week we're going to come back. Our first podcast of the new year. I'm going to talk about 2 things that actually destroy men, and what we can do to help that. I need to get off because I can't. I'm getting ready.
Struggling.
I'm getting ready to start the coughing. We love you guys. Be sure to like and subscribe. And we just. I want to encourage you guys out there. If you don't go to church, get your family to go to church. If you are a Christian or you love God or whatever, you get up on Sunday morning or whenever your church meets, you lead your family to church. Mm-hmm. And if you're not married and you don't have kids, you be the best godly man you could possibly be, because you have to give an account too for every idle word you spoke and every idle thing that you did. And so everybody's going to have to give an account one day, whether you believe it or not. And men, it's going to be, especially guys with wives and children, you're going to be held to a higher account. But that's the way it is. But it's a blessing in this earthly time that we're here.
Sure. We
love you. God bless you.
I
almost did the white power.
Don't do the white power thing. Don't be a jick.
Don't be a jick.
This is the end of season 2, correct? So
He said first show of the new year. He means the new season.
yes. So it'll be our new season whenever we do the
cares?
next one. So we're going to change things a little bit, maybe. I don't know. We said that last time, and we're doing the same thing. We got green screen though. I mean, that's
No,
pretty
we
cool,
just
right?
I went through a midlife crisis.
Again.
No, a mid-season crisis.
Oh, okay. I
I went through a midlife crisis, bought a Corvette, and then sold it. So I'm good now.
Did you sell your New Balances though?
I actually don't own any New
Ah,
Balances.
that's why you got rid of the Corvette. You couldn't keep up with the old men.
Yeah, that's true. But we thought about making some changes, and there's going to be some subtle things that we're doing. But at the same time, we're just going to keep doing what we do, because I can't say this without sounding gay. I was going to say
Don't sound
I have a
gay.
heart for men. Gay.
Gay.
Latent homosexuality. No, I just if I said I have a heart for shirtless men, then I'd be gay. You know, I'd just say I have.
Don't say that either. How about
Here he goes.
Just
He's
say.
wondering.
I just feel sorry for. I feel sorry for guys now.
Okay, I like that.
I feel sorry for real men who are trying and
they get crapped
understand.
on.
You know, it's like you see all these videos with these guys on there, and they're acting like they're a bunch of real men, but actually they're boys. That's all they are.
So you do have empathy for men.
He does.
I guess I do.
Wow.
I do.
See, we have discovered something new about you.
I am human.
Barely,
problem.
but you are.
All right. We love you guys. Peace out.
See ya.
The gospel prohibition is done, leaving behind charred minds, exhaust fumes,
What
ammo,
is that?
multiple cigar wrappers.
I try to
and
do it quiet every time.
Boing.
Boing.
Mission
39
accomplished.
minutes.
You You've been listening
that
to
lost
the
me.
Gospel Broalition with Pastor Lee, J.R. Robinson, and the Hoosier Hillbilly, Mike Paul. A show for men, by men.
Oh, that was,
if it's religion,
Danny,
politics,
Danny
cars,
Blair.
guns, cigars, and anything else flammable, we're talking about it. We hope you enjoyed the show. We know we had fun. We'll be back soon, and thank you for being a part of the Gospel Broalition.